Billy Donovan is currently in some hot water right now as the Bulls have started struggling this year at an abysmal start. We're going to get into more of that in this episode of Bulls Digest. I'm your host, Joey Mercer. And before we start today, I just want to say that my allergies are definitely acting up. I'm pretty stuffed up in the head today, but I still wanted to come in here on Bulls Digest and bring you the news, as we say we will do 7 days a week. So make sure on that account to go down below and subscribe to the channel, because about 97% of you that watch these videos are not. So if you're enjoying the videos and enjoying the content and want to see this every single day, then go down below. It's as simple as that. It's free. Go down below, hit the subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. You won't even have to search this up anymore. It'll come to your feed every single day when we upload to keep in touch with your Chicago Bulls. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is, Donovan is currently in some hot water. The Bulls are off to a very struggling start, and it has a lot to do with the coach, not just the players. He seems to go into a game with a certain game plan and doesn't want to change things regardless of how the other team is playing. They might have made some changes mid-game, and he will stick to that one game plan and doesn't seem to want to change things and just let the players really take control of the ropes. That is not what you want to see out of a great head coach, and right now he seems to be taking a back seat when he should be the one driving the offense. He should be putting less power in the players' hands and really give them a game plan that is almost foolproof for them to go out there and take advantage of the other team's defense on any given night. And when it comes to defensive schemes, you need to make changes on the fly and have multiple things underway so that you can adjust to any offense that's thrown at you, and they're not even coping with these things. The Bulls are struggling on both ends of the ball, and it just hasn't been a very good start at all, regardless of the team you have right now, and regardless of Lonzo Ball being out with an injury. We should be better. So the first thing that I saw that really piqued my interest was that the odds for a coach being fired has Billy Donovan as third, and you have to understand that the Memphis Grizzlies have been absolutely awful to start the year without Ja. Although it is without Ja, they still should be better than what they are, and Wes Unseld Jr. should have honestly been on the firing block from day one. He is just not a very good NBA coach, doesn't seem to be NBA ready, and below, of course, is Billy Donovan and then Adrian Griffin, who they've had quite a rough start in Milwaukee with a team that was said to be a championship contender. If not, they had it in the bag before Drew Holiday went to the Boston Celtics. So interesting enough to see there. Billy Donovan, the third coach right now in ranking to be fired, with Taylor Jenkins obviously is on the hot seat with the bad start by the Memphis Grizzlies, although it is without Ja, so we have to take that with, a grain of salt, so to speak. But we have now Wes Unseld Jr., who is known as the worst coach in the NBA right now, as it was probably Silas last season. And right now, it's just not looking very good for Billy Donovan, as he was known as a solid coach of Florida, and then with Oklahoma City Thunder, joined the Bulls. We were like, finally, we have a good coach again, since Thibodeau had left, even though he ran the players really into the ground when Thibodeau was there, and still does so with the New York Knicks, and did so in Minnesota as well. But Billy Donovan really needs to be doing a better job, as I know he has the capability of being a better coach, but has given lots of opportunities and has not proven that he is willing to make adjustments and adapt in game, and I need to see more of that. Next I saw this on Twitter from the Die Hard Chicago Bulls fans Twitter fan page, and it says, Bulls Billy Donovan is on the hot seat as the season spirals out of control per at The Athletic. Donovan recently signed an extension in the summer of 2022. So he only signed an extension there last year, but already they're like, is he worth this extension? Was that the right move? At the time, I thought, it is the right move. They just had a loss in the first round, but Lonzo was out, of course, and we thought he was going to come back earlier than what he did. We were thinking, start of 2022, 23, if not like January, and it kept getting pushed back. And now he's out the whole 2023-24 season, and Billy Donovan hasn't made any adjustments, and the Bulls haven't really signed anybody to replace him. And it's really a fault all around, but Billy Donovan not making adjustments on the court is inexcusable, and that extension doesn't look like it's going to last the full tenure if he continues to coach this way. The second thing we want to talk about in today's video is it's only getting tougher from here. Yes, so the Bulls' schedule over the next little bit is really, really, really tough. It's not like we're just playing against teams like the Pistons, the Trailblazers, the Grizzlies right now, who aren't very good. No, we're up against some real competitors, some contenders, and some fringe playoff teams, if not already in playoff spots. I believe every team that we're playing right now has a positive record, and that's not really what you're looking forward to when you're off to such a struggling start. We have tonight, of the time that we're recording this video, an in-season tournament game against the Raptors, and I'm not really sure how we match up against them, so we'll have to see after that if we can come out with a W, but it's not looking good any game that we go into after we lost a heartbreaker against the Oklahoma City Thunder with Lavine out. It was really tough. And then against the Magic twice. We should have probably won both of those games, and it just didn't happen. And then splitting the games in Miami, you know, the first one we were down so much, we probably shouldn't have even won that game, and then got blown out in the second one like you would have thought we were going to in the first game. So not great there either. But in the article that I read, which was on Sports Illustrated, I saw that the Chicago Bulls definitely don't need any more bad news, but unfortunately that's exactly what they're getting. After getting the season off to a miserable 5-11 start, things are going to get tougher from here, as 13 of their next 16 games will be against teams that currently tote records of 500 or better. Could this be the final nail in the coffin of this current Bulls team? It may be. It may be time for the rebuild to really happen. This might be the final sign after this big stint of games that really puts it that the team is going to fully rebuild, and we might not know who's going to be here in the new year even if things really get rolling soon. The next thing I saw in the article that I thought really related this and made me eye-open to what's happening is a quote. It was, "Tough to see things improving, and Zach LaVine's absence in the Bulls' last contest versus Oklahoma City Thunder added another problem to the team's growing list of issues. And from the looks of it, the Bulls aren't heading in the right direction, which led to this quote. "I think we can all agree the odds of the Chicago Bulls turning things around are dropping by the day. Meanwhile, the list of required fixes is growing by the hour, and the front office can only go so long without smelling the decaying roses," Elias Schuster of Bleacher Nation wrote. Well said, and it's sad to say that that is well said, but the Bulls are going down. They are spiraling down right now and just getting worse by the day. It's not great to see when you're a diehard Bulls fan such as myself. As you can see, the Heinrich jersey in each and every video. I've been a fan of the Bulls my entire lifetime. It wasn't a family thing. It's as old as I was able to even watch or even semi-understand or turn on the TV to an NBA game. I've watched them, and it's been a lot of disappointment since I have, but we haven't had a good run since Rose was here, and I don't see a good one anytime soon until we flip the switch and do a full rebuild. It needs to happen right now. We don't have the pieces in place, and it didn't work from the one that we tried to do when trading Jimmy Butler for Zach LaVine. We thought we were going somewhere, but injuries happen, and this is where we are, so we need to act quickly before the value of our players decreases to the point that we aren't getting enough to even start a simple rebuild when we have the trade packages right now to do so. So the last thing that I saw in the article was, things can change drastically in the NBA, but with this Bulls squad, it's frightening to imagine what the record will be when this stretch of games concludes. The next 16 games will pit the Bulls against some very solid squads, including legitimate NBA title contenders like the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the reigning NBA champs, the Denver Nuggets. What now rests ahead for the Chicago Bulls is the kind of schedule that puts the final name in the coffin, which we already mentioned that Schuster added. So yeah, it's true. Very, very great competition that we have coming up and some legitimate title contenders. Not just teams that are hovering around 500, but also teams that are going to be looking at making the conference finals, if not the finals in the playoffs and some deep runs. And that's what the Bulls have up against them, which is not looking great when you're off to such a struggling start of 5-11. But we'll be keeping you up to date here every day on what happens with the Chicago Bulls. So this is the place for you if you're looking to follow that. It's been your host, Joey Mercer. This has been Bulls Digest, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow.